get you. Yeah.
But that could cause negative publicity.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Because if he doesn't acknowledge it, then nobody really knows about it. And this was happening in the 90s, like when they were new, like when the 4s or 5s first came out. They was killing each other over the original ones.
And to be completely honest, guys, and I'm going to tell you how some business works. And I'm not saying Michael Jordan thinks like this, but when you have a multi-billion-dollar company, and let's say there was a decline in sales, then all of a sudden you get news that people are dying over your product. Well, guess what that means? That means your product is in demand.
I'm doing something right. When we worked at Journeys, like, you remember the finish line was right down there. I'd go down there. I'd come to work like at 10 o'clock, 9:30. I'd waltz in the finish line. The gates half open. No line. Buy me some Mars Blackman 4s.
Yeah, I remember those.
I just scooped them up at 9:30.
1 or 2 people were murdered. And now look at George's
You got a line. You got to buy a raffle ticket. You might not even get them. You just got to buy the $5 raffle ticket.
I'm just saying.
So... like you said, that is 100% true. Because
I'm not saying he thinks like that.
No. But they were definitely on the decline. At one point in time, they definitely were. And like you said, there's a demand.
Hey. Now, all I'm saying is, I know Ali is probably one of the greatest human beings to ever walk this planet.
Oh, yes, sir.
But if that type of risk was on the line, and yes, he made a huge risk. I mean, giving up 3 years of his prime. But there was no type of money like that involved.
Not at all.
Back in that day and age.
Not at all.
He was standing up for what he believed, but let's say he were to grow up in today's society.
Yeah.
Would he make the exact same decisions with those type of endorsements? You never know.
Yeah.
But to end on a positive note,
sure.
Ali was one of the most inspirational figures ever. And I just wanted to touch on inspiration. This morning on Facebook, I was speaking with a old friend of mine from high school, Danielle, and it was very little, but the inspiration I got from her turned my whole day around, also week around. And I just felt like that's something that we lack as a society right now. We don't inspire each other. Muhammad Ali lived and died for inspiration. This is one of my favorite quotes from Ali. And he said, quote unquote, "Many fans wanted to build a museum to acknowledge my achievements. I wanted more than a building just to house my memorabilia. I wanted a place that would inspire people to be the best they could be at whatever they chose to do, and encourage them to be respectful of one another." So I decided, there's a lot of challenges going on Facebook and other social media networks like, the little water bucket challenge.
Oh, okay.
The little dancing challenges.
Yeah.
I felt like, maybe in the death of Ali, maybe we should start an Ali challenge.
Hashtag.
And what I mean by that is, I think everybody out there, everybody listening to this podcast, I challenge you to inspire at least one person a week. Whether it be your child, your brother, your aunt, a stranger, anyone. Give them one glimmer of hope. Just one person. I could say one a day, but I know that'll be extremely difficult for some of you. Just one person a week. Try to inspire them. Share it with me on Facebook. You can reach me at Butler-Smith Pod. That's Butler-Smith Pod. Let me know what you did. I would love to share it. I would definitely talk about it on the show. I just think this is a movement that, we should get going. An Ali challenge.
I like it. That's a great idea. Hashtag it.
Yeah, hashtag Ali. I'm going to be all over Twitter. I'm going to be all over Facebook. Try to get this thing moving. It'll be awesome if we can get someone from the Ali family behind it. But I'm going to tweet it to him. Everybody's on Twitter.
There you go.
I'm definitely going to tweet out to him and see if I can get, some stuff behind it. Just try to inspire somebody, guys. Ali was very, very inspirational. You have no idea how important it is to inspire somebody during their downtime. You guys all know about the situation of what I'm going through. We done talked about that day in and day out. Just that little glimmer of hope of, hey, you can do something. You can be somebody. What are your dreams? What are your goals? That's a great idea. Do it. Achieve it. For example, what you're listening to right now. Me and Josh used to do this all the time with Journey's Kids.
Yeah.
No microphone, no headphones, or we'll be on the phone.
Yeah.
Having this on iHeartRadio, to me, wasn't even supposed to get this far.
No.
We were just chilling one day and was like, hey, man, our conversation's pretty funny and like educational. Maybe we should record it. And so we just started off with fun. We thought nobody would listen to it. It was really to record it and listen to it for ourselves.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much how this started off. And because of you, and I think each and every one of you who support the show and inspire the both of us to be better at what we do, I thank you for that. Because of you, we was able to download an app. I was able to be featured on ESPN Upstate with Straight Up with Sturge. And now we're on iHeartRadio. Just out of nowhere.
It's perfect.
To me, and we play a small role in it, but if it wasn't for people tuning in to the show and actually listen to it, would have never got picked up by iHeartRadio. There's certain criteria you have to hit, and I don't even think we hit it. But we were picked up.
Yeah.
And I thank each and every one of you guys. But if we're going to end it on that, I'm just going to play this 7-minute soundbite of Ali's speech, which I think is very, very inspirational and right on the money for the week of his death. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Josh, you got anything else before we tune out, my man?
You said it perfectly, man.
Thank you guys for listening. Sit back, hang on, listen to this interview. What Ali did, it was earlier in his life. I think you guys will like it. Thank you guys again. This has been a Enough with the BS podcast, dedication to the greatest. We out.
Retired from boxing. I really don't know. I want to say something right here. This might make you all think. Life is real short. So you add up all your traveling, add up all your sleeping, add up all your school, add up all your entertainment, you've probably been half your life doing nothing. So what am I'm 35 years old. 30 more years, I'll be 65. We don't have no more influence. We can't do nothing much at 65. Your wife will tell you that. So what I'm saying, when you're 65, ain't too much more to do. So did you know I'll be 65 in 30 more years? In those 30 years, I have to sleep 9 years. I don't have 30 years of daylight. I have to travel back to America, take 6-7 miles. All my traveling, probably 4 years of traveling in the next 30 years, about 9 years of sleeping, television, movies, entertainment, about 3 years of entertainment. Out of 30 years, I might have about 16 years to be productive. So it's how we can all break individual lives down. What am I going to do in the next 16 years? What's the best thing I can do? Get ready to meet God. Owning real estate, going in business, teaching boxers, that won't get me to heaven. How many here believe there's a supreme being, believe there's a God? How many believe there's some power that made the sun, the moon, the stars? How many believe that this stuff didn't just come out here? Somebody wiser than us made it. How many believe there's a God? How many believe there's not a God? All right. Believe there's not a God. All right. If I told you who don't believe in God, if I told you that this glass sprang into existence, this glass made itself, no man made this glass, would you believe it? Would you believe I just told you this thing made itself? No. When I tell you, you wouldn't believe it, right?
No, somebody's doubting it, yeah, so I'm giving you the answer. That's
she wouldn't believe it. If I told her this television station popped into existence, it just, no man made it, you say Muhammad Ali's crazy. All right. Well, if this glass can't make itself, if I told you those clothes you have on wove themselves, nobody created them, those clothes made themselves, you wouldn't believe it. But if your clothes didn't make itself, if that glass couldn't make itself, if this building didn't make itself, then how did the moon get out there? How did the stars and Jupiter, Neptune and Mars and the sun, how did nature, how did all this come here? Didn't know why is something planning to make it. So what I'm saying is, I believe that we're going to be judged. Should a man like Hitler kill all the Jews and get away with it? Somebody should punish him. Maybe he get it, don't get it now, he get it when he died. In hell for eternity. So what I'm going to do when I get out of boxing is to get myself ready to meet God, because my plane might blow up. Don't planes blow up in this country sometime and crash? Don't people die every day?
Not every day.
It's a scary thing to think that I'm going to hell to burn eternally forever. So what am I going to do? The reason I'm taking I'm explaining what you asked me a question. You ask me questions I can't just answer like that. When I get out of boxing or when I'm through, I'm going to do all I can to help people. That's why I'm here with Johnny Walker. Here's a poor man, came all the way to America. Here's a bunch of boys need some money, and somebody is calling me to help them. God is watching me. God don't praise me because I beat Joe Frazier. God don't give nothing about Joe Frazier. God don't care nothing about England or America as far as your wealth is all his. He wants to know, how do we treat each other? How do we help each other? So I'm going to dedicate my life to using my name and popularity, helping charities, helping people, uniting people, bring people bumming each other because of religious beliefs. We need somebody in the world to help us make peace. So when I die, if there's a heaven, I want to see it. Because we live how long? 80 years? The odds are everybody in this room, some of you are going to be dead 20 years from now, some of you are going to be dead 50 years from now, some are going to be dead 30, and some are going to be dead 60, 70 years from now. We all going to die soon. And if you live to be, say, 125 years old, which we don't do, right? Let's say we live to be 250, and you can have sex for 145 of those years. You're going to come to the end after that. So we don't have it about 80 years on earth. This is a test to see where will we spend our life in heaven and hell. This is not the life now. Your real self is inside you. Your body gets old. Some of you go to look at the fridge, you don't have no teeth. Your hair is leaving you. Your bodies get tired. But your soul and your spirit never die. That's going to live forever. So your body is just housing your soul and spirit. So God is testing us on how we treat each other, how we live, to see where our real home be in heaven. So this physical stuff don't last for so long. So my car, this building is going to be here when the man who built it dead. There have been many kings and queens of England. They're all dead. After this one is gone, another one will come. So we don't stay here. We're just trustees. We don't own nothing. Even your children are not yours. If you think I'm lying, your wife is not yours. You don't own your children. You don't own your family. So what am I saying? The most important thing about life is what's going to happen when you die. Are you going to go to heaven or hell? And that's eternity. How long is eternity? Let's imagine. Take the Sahara Desert. There's a lot of sand on the Sahara Desert, right? Then imagine that one grain of sand represents 1,000 years, and when you're in hell burning, when you die and go to hell, you're going to burn forever and ever and ever, no end. How long is that? Give you an idea how long eternity is. Take the Sahara Desert, and I told you to wait 1,000 years. And every 1,000 years, I want you to pick up a grain of sand until the desert is empty. Okay, wait 1,000 years, pick up the first grain. Wait another 1,000 years before you get the next grain. Keep that up until there's no more sand in the desert. Whew. You know how long America's not but 200 years old. We got 800 more years to go before 1,000. So it just scares me to think that I'm going to die one day and go to hell. I'm on an airplane that might blow up. I'm always traveling. And to go to hell and God is going to judge my soul. The police, I might kill people. I might rob people. The authorities might not catch me. The FBI, Scotland Yard might not catch me. But when I die, somebody's watching me and keeping count. And I can't get away. And I'm going to burn forever and ever and ever. I'll go to heaven. So what am I going to do when I'm through fighting? I only have 16 years to be productive. Get myself ready to meet God and go to the best place. Does that make sense?
Thank you.